Hello, and welcome to the Thicc AF podcast. We are the Thicc Alabama females. My name's Emily, and I'm here with Sarah.
Hey, y'all.
And we also brought another Thicc Alabama female with us today. Her name is Jessica. Say hi.
Hey, guys. My name is actually Janelle
Cordell.
Cordell.
Janelle Cordell. We go way back, but listen. You want to tell the story?
It starts with me, honestly.
Yeah, go.
I want to say we were seniors in high school, I think, and I came down here for Christmas to visit my dad one time, and this was like in the very beginning of Facebook, and so I had reconnected with this girl that I was in kindergarten with, and so we met up, and through like a handful of times when I was here over Christmas break, and I was introduced to Jessica, and the rest is history.
Yes, like 20 years later,
I
here
know.
we are.
Almost 20.
Almost 20, yeah.
Yeah, so then Jessica and I met each other our freshman year of college when I think we met through Rush because we couldn't go out before that. Like, for our sorority, we were going through recruitment is what you call it now, I guess, like Rush or recruitment for our sorority. And we pledged the same sorority, and
we had way too much fun in college.
Yes, we had way too much fun. She used to stay at my place. Like, she had like a key to our apartment and like would sleep on the couch or in some people's beds sometimes.
Hey, now.
But yeah, so Jessica and I, we met, and then Sarah would come to parties and stuff with
all
Jessica
of our sorority
all the
events. She was like my plus one all the time.
Yeah, and I would see her, and we met a million times, but like until like a couple years ago or whatever, Sarah was like, "I've never met you before. I don't know what you're talking about. We've never met." And I was like, "We've met like a million times. You just don't remember me because I'm forgettable."
That is not true. Come on. If I had met her and really hung out with her, we'd have been friends for that long.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we didn't really hang out much because I had a boyfriend. Y'all would go, at that point, y'all were hanging out with a different fraternity.
Yeah, I made out with his brother.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't allowed to hang out with other fraternities, and I would be stuck at the fraternity house with my boyfriend, and where y'all were going to
all the other fraternities.
Yeah, but also Sarah didn't move down here until
I was
full-time.
halfway through my sophomore year of college when I moved down here.
Yeah. So I think had you been down here freshman year, you really would have hung out with us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, because the very first 6 months I was down here, I mean, I transferred to a new school, but I had to live, I was going to Jeff State, so I was living at home with my parents, and I did not hang out very much that first 6 months. I was just kind of like getting acclimated and going to school because I did a terrible job at Cortland, and my grades were horrendous, and so I had to get my life together a little bit.
Get it together, girl.
Yep.
Yeah, well, sometimes, that happens a lot. That happens a lot to a lot of people. And you know what? Here you are now, and you are not a failure just because you didn't do so great in the beginning.
Graduated with a 3.69 GPA, so like I made moves to
I didn't
bring it on up there.
Honestly, I think my GPA was really bad. I don't know what it was. Might have been like, it wasn't bad.
Well,
it was just like not great.
I'm a star student.
Well, we know that, so shut up. We don't rub it in our face, okay? Thanks a lot, Jessica. Look, I was constantly having to do study hours for the sorority because I was never making grades.
Yeah, and I was VP of scholarship, and I had to send in your study hours.
I had to go log study hours,
That's
and really
so
all we
crazy.
did when we did study hours was like gossip in the library with everybody that was doing study hours.
That's wild. Well, when I was at Cortland, you couldn't even go through recruitment. You're like at the very beginning of freshman, you had to wait one semester, have the grades, and then you could participate.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, that sounds terrible. Because
yes, it does.
I would not have had any friends.
Well, you have a lot of people that can't even go through it after their first semester because like they're getting used to going to school and all that kind of stuff. And then so you may have sophomores that are brand new in a sorority.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I mean, so a lot of people don't like sororities. I kind of want to talk about that for a second because, people are, Sarah, I wasn't talking about you, but I saw you rolled your eyes, and so we're going to say Sarah doesn't like them either. A lot of people.
It's not that I don't like them. I have no issue with it whatsoever. I was rolling my eyes because you got mad at me for calling you a sorority one time.
Oh yeah, we're not going to get back on that. But I was just saying that some people don't like the whole idea of it.
They feel like you're buying your friends.
Well, yeah, but like my thing is, and I was not going to be in a sorority when I came to my school. I was like, I'm coming here because I don't want to have to go through the whole rush at like the big universities or whatever.
Oh, hell no. I would never do that at a big school.
But if I didn't do it here, like I wouldn't have, it would have been really hard to make friends because there's not really, I mean, you were kind of like forced to be friends with people. And it's like it's not forced, but like it's, you know what I mean? Like we had to go to parties and we had to do these things, and it was good for us. Like,
it was
and
really
it was good for us
social
to get out.
Obligations.
Yeah. And it helps you get out there, and like, it helps you find people to go to class with, or like that are in your classes to help you study and things like that. Honestly, the studying was really nice. Like if, the older girls too, because when you had the older people, you can find, if you're a freshman, you can find people that live in your dorm or whatever that are also freshmen. But then a lot of times you don't meet like the older people, and the sorority helps you meet those older people that have already gone through those classes, and I've taken these, I've had this teacher or whatever. I can give you tips, and that, I really like that.
I just had such a very different experience when I first went to school because my school was not super huge. I mean, it was big, but it wasn't that big. But a lot of kids that went to like neighboring schools, high schools of mine, were there, including two of my very best friends from high school that were a year older than me that were already there. And so, I got to do kind of what I got to do with Jessica when I was there. One of my best friends, Kate, she was already in a sorority there. Mm-hmm. And so I got to go be included at all the parties. I didn't have to wait in line. Like, I got to kind of skirt the process and be a part of a lot of things.
Look at you, cheater, pumpkin eater.
She didn't have to pay for it.
I didn't, but I didn't get to go to like anything special or, anything like that. But like, I had something to do a lot because of her.
Yeah. Well, obviously it paid off because me and Emily are still very close.
Yes.
So
and we're still very close with all. Yeah.
We pledged in 2006. So.
Yes. So it's almost 20 years.
Oh my gosh, we're so
3
old.
More years, 20 years. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Anyways.
So yeah. So okay. So Jessica, she brought the FMK for today.
I did.
You gonna start us? You gonna start us off?
Okay. So. My FMK is basic white bitch FMK today, okay, guys? Y'all ready? We're talking about sororities. It's going to be basic white girl. Okay. FMK today is seltzer brands.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. High Noon, White Claws, or Trulies. I already know what Sarah's going to do, I think.
Okay, so can I go first?
Yes, go.
Okay, so High Noon is like Mary, because it is vodka, and it's not like but it does suck that you have to go to the liquor store to buy them. They do have them at Costco though, so that's kind of nice. But okay, so and then you said
Truly and White Claw.
Oh, kill White Claw, because I don't like those. I don't think. I don't know. And I like High Noons, but I don't really like.
Yeah, you
White
don't
Claw
like seltzers. Yeah,
I'm not a huge seltzer person, but I do like the High Noons. And I don't like the mango. Is there a mango one? I can't. What kind do you have right now?
Well, I'm drinking black cherry.
Oh, black cherries. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
watermelon's my favorite.
I would really like those ranch waters that they have. But I can't drink that. It's got agave. In it. Mm-hmm.
I don't like the ranch waters very much.
So you don't?
No.
I don't know. People love it. I can't drink it, and I'm like,
when you go to Texas and have a real ranch water, you won't like the ones out of the can.
Oh, really? Okay. Mm-mm. Well, I won't ever have any of those. So, all right. I think I know what you're gonna do too. Can I guess what? And can you tell me if this is what? Okay, I'm gonna guess. Can I guess?
They're guessing for me. For
I
Sarah.
think you're gonna say you're gonna fuck High Noon, you're gonna marry White Claw, and you're gonna kill.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong. Okay, this is my guess. She's gonna fuck High Noons. She's gonna marry Truly because she loves Trulies, and she's gonna kill White Claw.
Why do I feel like
I knew it?
Truly sponsor us, please.
Speaking of sponsors, we did get a new sponsor, and we'll have a we're gonna have a little commercial here in a little bit.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I don't know about this, guys.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay, I guess I do.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah. So all right, you want to do one more?
Okay. Well, I didn't do mine.
Oh yeah, you didn't. Yours.
Duh.
Yeah. Go.
So it's probably pretty easy, but I'm gonna marry High Noon.
Yes.
Duh. I'm going to fuck Trulies because I think Trulies have better flavors.
Same.
And then White Claws are disgusting. Gross.
Yeah.
100,000%.
Bye.
That's what I said too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I cannot stand a White Claw.
So we're all the same.
Yeah.
The only thing good about White Claw is like their slogan.
I don't know, they taste stale or something to me.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
What? Yes, there are. That's a really terrible slogan for an alcoholic beverage. Don't they have to say like drive responsibly?
Yeah,
like,
well, in the small print that nobody
ain't no
reads.
laws when you're drinking
I'm sure
claws.
they're covering their tracks.
Yeah, there are laws, and don't break them because we might go to jail.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, what's your next one?
Okay, I have another one. And this one is kind of funny.
Uh-oh.
It is your favorite dipping sauce for like chicken fingers or French fries. Okay?
Okay.
So here's your options. Ranch, honey mustard, or like Zaxby's Raising Cane sauce.
You go first, Sarah.
Okay. I'm going to marry ranch because I love a good homemade ranch and I like to dip my French fries in it too.
Well, so it has to be homemade for me. Is
yeah.
that same for you?
Well,
I don't like it from a bottle.
No, I don't either.
Hidden Valley, you suck.
Seriously, unless it's from the packet and you make it with buttermilk. Like,
yeah,
I'll take the packet.
I've been making my own ranch, like not even with buttermilk, like just kind of throwing some things together.
So
to
much
try
better.
Well, I mean, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, I have done what I could just to have homemade ranch here.
Ken's,
lately.
you have the best ranch if you're going to buy it out of a bottle.
Lighthouse also has a good ranch
Yes.
too in the refrigerator section. I like their blue cheese. That's my favorite. But okay, anyway, sorry. I will fuck honey mustard because I do like honey mustard, and I don't like Zax sauce. I mean, Raising Cane and like Guthrie's, whatever theirs is, I do like that, but I could go without.
All right, so I'm gonna go next because this is hard for me because it depends on my
you
mood.
Are a sauce hooker.
Yeah, I like. I'm eating for the sauce, not for the food is a vessel for the sauce.
I agree.
So when I go up here to Waldo's,
yeah.
What's the guy, Ryan, is that his name that works up there? I'm always like, they give you a 1 ounce ranch and they don't even fill it up. So it's like a half an ounce ranch for your 10 wings. And I'm like, how am I supposed to eat my wings? I have to have 2 ounce for each wing. Okay. Not really, but you know what I mean?
No, but you do like the big old container of kickin' ranch at
Yes.
Jimmy
And that's
John's.
what I was going to say. So Jimmy John's has the best kick ranch. Like it's kickin' ranch. It's like,
I've never had it.
And I was dating this guy. And he somehow got me the recipe, like on the recipe card. Sorry, Jimmy John's. I have it somewhere. I have never made it because I can't find. They do it by like weight, and I'm like, I'm not gonna weigh. I don't know how to do. Like, I'm just like, whatever. I'll just figure it out. But I still just buy it. Now, I literally buy it. Like I order it on when I do my Jimmy John's order. I'll do like you can order a quart of.
Oh my god!
Is it a quart or a pint or whatever it is? The little containers.
It's gotta be a pint.
Yeah, it's a pint of
The ranch.
The kickin' ranch. And they always call me and they'll be like, we don't have the pint. And I'm like, why don't you have a pint? They're like, we just have the little containers. Can we just give you like 25? And I'm like, sure. They send me like 25 of the ranches and I'll put them in my refrigerator.
You for it?
Well, yeah, you buy it's like the same price as the little things, but I love it. It's so good. And so I also will sometimes like just buy their bread and like buy the ranch and like dip the bread in the ranch. This is so bad. Look, I'm thick AF. Okay, I'm thick and I'm from Alabama. This is what we do. So it depends on my mood. So Charlie's has really good honey mustard.
Yes,
you know, like the honey mustard that's
best.
like creamy, like that type of honey mustard.
They do
like the
have
honey mustard that's from like Chick-fil-A. It's not.
No,
it's like
it's so
spicy.
nasty.
You know who else
it,
has good honey mustard? Chili's.
Oh, really? I've
Yes,
never
they
had
do.
Chili's
For their
honey
chicken
mustard.
crispers.
Except we don't have any Chili's in Birmingham anymore.
Which
Wait,
I
there's
haven't
not one
eaten
on
at any
Lakeshore
place
anymore?
like that.
Oh
in a
yeah,
long
there's
time.
one in Lakeshore.
Okay.
That's the only one I think.
But yeah, so I like, and I haven't eaten at Charlie's since probably I lived in
I don't
Decatur.
think there's any
Are there
open
any
anymore.
around?
Are there not? I don't know. They had the best chicken fingers and honey mustard and the curly fries. Oh my god!
But let's just talk about if this is just like your standard honey mustard.
Okay, like one from like Chick-fil-A or something.
No,
yeah.
Chick-fil-A's is not that great.
No, theirs isn't good. That's
like
what I'm like.
Arby's or
And Arby's. So I'm gonna say kill. Well, hold on. I'm gonna say kill the honey mustard if it's just standard like from Arby's or something, or like McDonald's. McDonald's is gross too. I don't like McDonald's honey mustard. So
I like their honey
mustard.
honey
mustard's hit or miss, but ranch, honestly, if I'm getting ranch from anywhere and it's not homemade, I don't want it. Unless it's Burger King's is okay with I like to get their little ranch in the little dipping packets. Unless it's homemade, I don't like it. But so if it's homemade, I will go with ranch to marry. If it's not, I'm gonna fuck ranch and marry Zach sauce. Because Zach sauce is always Zach sauce no matter what. It doesn't change. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not.
I agree.
It's not different. So I might, honestly, it's more consistent, but I don't want that on everything. Like, I'm not going to dip my
I feel like
wings
Zach sauce has a little bit of like horseradish or something like that in it.
Horseradish? No,
Maybe
it's
I'm
like
having
ketchup
the wrong
and like
kind of sauce at Zaxby's, and
it's
because like Milo's double O sauce, isn't that the same?
That's Milo sauce with ranch.
Right,
Milo
and that's
sauce,
basically like
no, When you make there's recipes like on Pinterest and stuff how to make like Zaxby sauce.
Okay, well, what is it then?
It's paprika, mayonnaise, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce,
okay,
stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff, but in black pepper, I think garlic powder, onion powder. It's really good. Yeah, I love it.
It's so good, but I'm not gonna dip my wings in that.
I just don't like Zaxby's. I think that's why.
Well, if we had a Raising Cane's, I'm putting in a plug right now. Raising Cane's chicken, please come to Alabama. Oh my God, we would be so excited.
Where is Raising Cane's?
Well, they're about to open some in Nashville, but the closest one is in Meridian, Mississippi, and me and Dale will be stopping there when we go to New Orleans in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. I need you bring some back for me. Bring some sauce back for me so I can try it. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, well, we'll be back after a message from our sponsor.
Have you ever been driving down the interstate in a strange town when all of a sudden your stomach churns, makes a not so funny noise, and beads of sweat.
Beads of sweat. Beads of sweat.
Start streaming down your face. That's when you need Pinchaloaf.com.
Pinchaloaf.com with GPS coordinates.
Pinchaloaf.com is a handy app for your smartphone that easily guides you to the cleanest and nicest loaf pinching facilities in your vicinity. With Pinchaloaf, you never have to worry about dropping trowel in some awful truck stop with brown stained bowls, urine-drenched floors, and paper-cut starfish.
Paper-cut starfish.
From that awful sandpaper quality tissue. Pinchaloaf.com.
Not available in all 50 states. See details where prohibited. Brought to you by Beef Curtains and BlueWaffles.com.
All right, so we're just going to jump back in with another game. And
I love games.
Ooh, yeah. So I've got a game for us. And you know that game, Would You Rather? You ever played that before? Like, you know, would you rather get a toe cut off or like your arm cut off?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
That kind of thing? Okay. So we're going to do that real quick. So would you rather? So have you guys... I know, Sarah, you haven't watched Handmaid's Tale.
No, I have not.
But Jessica, you like
Handmaid's
Handmaid's
Tale,
right? I love
it. Yes.
Okay, so I was thinking, would you rather be enslaved as a handmaid, like in the Handmaid's Tale, or go to the colonies? Like, you know, so like in the Handmaid's Tale, like the colonies are where they go to like work and like dig up the soil that's like radioactive or something like that. I might be saying this wrong, but like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I'm going to the colonies.
You're going to colonies, and if you're enslaved as a handmaid, basically you are forced to have to be raped and to have a child, and then give your child up to the family of the man that raped you.
And you have to do it multiple times because they want multiple children.
So after you have a baby, you have to go back to another family, and then before that, they train you, and then they like if you do something wrong, if you're not pregnant, they can do whatever they want to you. They can cut your one girl got her eye cut out. They like burn if you do something bad that they think is wrong.
And then when you do something really bad, they hang you on the wall.
Right, but they won't hang a handmaid because they need babies, apparently. And the handmaids
Why are the wives not having the babies?
Because they're infertile. They're like, what do you call it?
Yeah.
They don't have...
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah, so it's like... So it's a futuristic thing where like people, you know, like...
They're saying that like the majority of citizens
population
are going to be infertile.
Yeah, they don't have...
Eventually.
Reproduce. So basically they're like, this new society has come in and said... We're going to basically enslave people to make them have babies.
It's very fucked
too.
up.
I don't know shit about it, but I'm going to the colonies because I don't want to be pregnant.
But of course, yeah, same. But
but you want to get raped every day?
But of course, you can't
that either. But
they don't want the poor people and the regular people to have babies on their own. They want the rich, like commander people to have babies. So that's why they enslave the handmaids. They don't allow the handmaids to like get married and have their own kids and just reproduce that way, which they should have just done. Should have just been like, oh, here, force everybody to have 10 kids. or something like that.
That's a lot of kids.
I know, but like instead of doing that, like do that, get married and force them to have 10 kids rather than force them to have a kid get raped by some man and then have that kid and then give it to the person. Like you have to like breastfeed the baby and stuff too. And it's crazy. It's wild.
Messed up.
Yeah.
It's the colonies for me.
So you think you'd go to the colonies?
Yes.
I don't know what I would do.
Unless I was like friends with June and I knew that
I would
she
probably
could
be like June.
Like if I knew that she could like help me and like get all the handmaids out, or like how she was trying to do, like how she got more, or didn't she help Moira? I guess
so Moira kind of got out on her own. Yeah. She tried to help her. Yeah. So, she got all those people out though. She got all those kids
and the
and she traded.
She got all the like the servant. What were they called? The Marthas.
The Marthas.
She got a lot of the Marthas and a lot of the kids out.
Yes. Yeah. So, anyways, I just thought that.
What would you do, Emily?
I think that I would probably be a handmaid, especially like if like June has a baby. Like I probably would be a handmaid, and I would probably try to figure out some way to. I mean, I don't know. It's a really hard one. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah. So, anyways, okay, cool. So, this episode, what are we talking about, guys? What are we talking about?
We are talking about having friends and the things that come along with it.
Like how much friends cost.
Yeah, how much friends cost, what it's like to be a single person in your friend group, to be a married person in your friend group.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, my biggest thing is like complaint about having a lot of friends. It's not a complaint. I mean, I love my friends. I love them so much. And it is kind of a complaint is that we have so many things that we have to spend money on. It's like birthdays, baby showers, weddings, and when you have a wedding, you got to throw your friend a shower. You've got to be at their wedding. If they have a destination wedding, you got to go to a bachelorette party. You have to, you got to buy a wedding present. It's like, you got to buy a dress to be in the wedding. If you go, that's a lot. And then how many friends you have getting married in the same year, like
having babies.
I can't afford that.
I know. I mean, it's a lot. And, super thankful for all the people, that we have in our lives and every stage of their lives that they are going through and want to be there for them and participate in those things. But it's also a lot.
Yeah. And it sucks because like sometimes it's like, it would be like a really good friend, but I'm like, I honestly can't afford to do that. Like, and I don't want to say no.
Right.
Because
also FOMO.
Right. FOMO. And then it's like, but I don't want to be like, can you just like make it less expensive? Or like, because, and honestly, another thing that sucks is that I'm not getting married and I'm not having any kids.
You don't know that.
Well, I mean,
you don't know that.
It's more than likely. So like, it's not like I'm going to be able to like return the favor to everybody and be like, here, cough up all this money.
Well, and, Carrie Bradshaw threw herself a little, shower type thing at one point in Sex and the City. And, her friend that had gotten married and had babies or whatever. And then her Manolos got stolen from her house. It was a no-shoe household. That. Oh my God, it was crazy. She wore Manolos there and her shoes got stolen by somebody else that was at that party.
How did I miss that one?
And the friend whose house it was at, had a couple kids and been married or whatever. So Carrie participated in all those things. And she was just very flippant about her shoes being stolen. I mean, they're like $400 shoes, I mean, it was a lot of money to just have stolen out of your home. And so Carrie finally called her and was like, I just wanted to let you know that I'm getting married to myself and I am registered at Manolo Blahnik. And the girl went in there and brought her kids into the store.
Oh, I remember this. Okay.
There was
I
do remember Manolos, the same ones that got stolen that were on the registry, and that woman bought them for her.
That's funny.
But I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, you want to help celebrate your friends, but you also have friends that you're friends with, unfortunately, sometimes only for a period of time. So, let's just say you and I both get married or whatever. Are those same people that we were there for going to be there for us in that same capacity?
Yeah. And it looking like no.
Well, I will be there for you ladies.
Thank you.
Course.
I know you will be. I know y'all will be there. But like, it's a lot of times people get, and I do not judge people for this because I know how it is. Like, you get married, you get a boyfriend, and I'm actually very surprised with Sarah. Like, you've gotten Brandon, and I'm really happy because you have not been like, I hate to say it, stuck up his butt. Like, you're not like, you haven't dropped all your friends because you have a boyfriend.
I've never been that kind of person, though. I mean, and Jessica can vouch for me as far as that goes. I've dated a handful of people seriously throughout my friendship with her, and I have never dropped my friend group like a bad habit. But I'm also the kind of person that I love to share my friends with whoever I'm dating and my family.
Right.
Like, yes. I would much rather hang out with my friends and my family than somebody else's, and not in a bad way, but I think I also dated some folks that either, didn't really have, families, or they weren't local and that sort of thing. So I kind of guess I just got used to it, and that's just
let's
how
just
it's
hope
been.
Brandon doesn't ever start hating us, because then we would lose you, and that would be sad. Except for he's not gonna hate us.
That's
pretty
not
cool.
gonna happen. We're cool as hell. What are you talking about?
He has a great time with everybody. I mean, he loves it. And, little by little, he's kind of developing his own friendships with folks. And I encourage him to, reach out to people and try to further, those friendships with some of especially the guys in the group. I mean, he needs, not that he needs friends, but I mean, he just doesn't hang out with like his work people outside of work.
Yeah, I mean,
we're past that age. I do with Rose, but
like,
work.
Yeah, are we
like that? Anyways, I mean, when we were in our early 20s, I feel like we made some good friends at work or whatever. But it's also a different vibe now.
I did, and I feel like I made mine when I was like in my 30s. I guess I feel like I'm more, but I'm like, I don't know.
I think
it's different. Different places of work. Like, so
as I say, I think
like where Rose
setting,
and I worked together, like that setting, we're like really good friends. But like now, the people we work with, we're not like,
Well, y'all don't really get to interact with them that much because y'all are not there. Y'all work from home too.
Right.
Well, but she was my boss before, and we still hung out.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just saying, I think it's a lot different now.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Yeah. So like, people are expensive, and having friends are expensive, and it's like, okay, if I only had like a group of like 4 friends, they all get married once in the next 4 years, once each year, then I'm good. But like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, but also here's another thing. I feel like when you're young, everybody has these huge bridal parties and all this stuff, but the older you get, it doesn't really matter. Like, I didn't even have a bridal party. Because
but the thing is, now we all have money that we can spend, or more money than we had when I was 20. I didn't have any money to buy people presents.
That's true.
Like, I would have to go to my mom and be like, "Mom, can you give me, $100 so I can go buy this person a gift?"
Are you friends with the people back then? Like, think about if somebody asked you.
None of my friends got married when they were in their 20s.
But I'm just saying, like, I know so many people who were in all these people's weddings, and they're like, I don't even know these people anymore. Like, I would never put them in mine. Mm-hmm. It's just funny how, you realize how much money you do spend. And especially the older you get, it kind of just comes into perspective, and you're like, this is silly.
Yeah, I mean, no. Mm-mm. If I have a wedding, I'm not having bridesmaids.
It was the best decision. Now, I loved you girls, and I'm so glad y'all supported me, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with having to get everybody in a dress, and we were doing a tiny wedding, and there wasn't a lot of room. I mean, honestly,
no, and
it worked out the way it was supposed to.
It's not like, and I also don't want to ever go out and do a bachelorette party with and tell people it's my I'll go out and go out and have a fun time, go get drinks or whatever, but I do not want anybody to be matching. I don't want anybody to be wearing bachelorette things.
And that was like Jessica's favorite thing.
I hate that, to me, but I've always been that way.
Yeah, but I didn't make y'all wear shirts that said,
"Oh, thank God."
Bride Tribe.
Right.
No, hell no.
No, but I don't that's not my vibe, and I don't ever want to do that. And there's a lot of people that love to do that. And if you had said, "Hey, I want you to wear this," I would have freaking worn it, and then I would have taken it off as soon as we left Lips or whatever, But that is not. I don't want to do that.
I don't ever want to wear a sash. I don't want to drink out of a penis straw.
I mean, I'll drink out of a penis straw, but I don't want to at my house while we're pre-gaming.
Yeah.
But I also don't want people to buy a balloon arch or anything. Like, oh, cool. Like, don't buy anything.
I just want to go sit my fat ass on the beach. I'm good. Y'all can just sit next to me.
Yeah, and I'll eat some beach sandwiches.
And cheers me every now and again.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That sounds like a really good time.
Right?
Yeah, I want to go to the beach.
Well, I'm so sorry I made y'all go and dress up.
No, we had fun. We didn't dress up, though. We all just had to wear.
We wore black.
Yeah, like,
no. And leopard print.
No,
but,
and that's, but I don't want to wear like a like that and a crown or a veil or whatever. That's not how
That's not you, though.
No, it's not me at all.
That's me.
Yes, you're very, like, and you have like the earrings. Like, I don't know. Like, but I wear like nothing. Like, I wear black and I wear like the same thing over and over again. Like, you
but
just.
But that's what you wanted to do,
yes,
Jessica.
it's different.
And
it's different.
And so we, as we should have, as your friends, we did what you wanted to do. Now, when it's my turn and we have to go lay on a beach, nobody better bitch and complain that we're not doing anything, because I don't want to do
that's
anything
gonna be the best
on the beach.
one. I can't wait.
We're going to be on the beach listening to Ja Rule Radio.
I can't wait.
We're going to be drinking a Truly Pool pack, and there we go.
You on the nose,
oh my
sister.
God, Donald
on
Radio
the
is the best. I love it. Oh my God.
Listen, I worked for years to curate that station on Pandora.
I thought you were the one that didn't like it, or is it Melanie?
Melanie hates it.
Why? It's the best.
You know what, Melanie? Suck it.
Oh man, I saw this thing on Ticketmaster the other day, and I sent it to Jessica. I was like, "Oh my God, Trina and who was it? Juvenile,
8-Ball and MJG."
Yeah, I don't even know who those people are.
They're
going to
be here for some
Trina.
like Birmingham something or other.
It was Trina, Juvenile. It was so many.
It's
people.
gonna be
it was
wild.
Some kind of anniversary.
Yeah, some kind of 25th anniversary or something for like BJCC. I don't know.
Taking us back to our college days.
It wasn't 25. It's got to be more than that because.
Taking us back to our high school days.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But I do really want to go see Lil Wayne, but it got sold out, and it's like wild.
No, I don't want to go stand and be in a crowd like that in Iron City, which is so small.
It is really small. I wonder why he's doing
and you
it
know
there.
Everybody's gonna be crunk as hell.
They are.
Lil Wayne.
And you know what? There are gonna be people outside just like ready, like partying. I feel
for
like
sure
on a Monday night.
I know it's on a Monday too. It's a Monday at Iron City. It's
that was
weird.
a weird day.
Yeah, I don't like it. Well, where's the break-even point with your friends, though? You know, like we spent all this money on everybody, and you know, okay. So let me just go back to this. I honestly don't want anybody to get me a birthday present. Like on birthdays, I'm not a big gift giver because I know how it is. Like I have too many friends, and it's like my birthday's right after Christmas. Yours is before Christmas, and it's like you're already having to buy Christmas. Like, and that's just a thing. Like I've always kind of been like, if you want to do something for me, let's just go to dinner together, right? And that'll be our gift to each other. Like paying for dinner is expensive enough.
I also think the older we're getting, like that just doesn't become as expected. Like
there's a limited number of people that I will do gifts with, but like I'm not going crazy. I mean, I go the most crazy with Jessica.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
but vice versa. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
When it's like if if that's how you do it, like that's cool. But like, I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to get friends, and they're like, I always feel like people expect.
I don't know that they do.
I know
think
that
the older,
they don't.
I think the older you get, it's just like, oh, I saw this and it made me think of you, and it's just like a sweet little gesture.
Yeah.
Well, you were talking about the break-even point.
Yes.
Here's my thing. I think the older we get, like, you do kind of have to set boundaries. Like I recently had somebody ask me, kind of in a roundabout way, to be in their wedding, but they knew that I had just gotten married and I had a lot on my plate. You know, I took a new job last year, just trying to, figure out the newlywed stuff. And me and Dale, our 1-year anniversary is coming up. I cannot believe it. Oh my gosh, the end of this month. We made it 1 year, babe.
Yeah.
So we already had a trip planned, and she knew this. And so, in a roundabout way, she kind of said, I would love for you to be a bridesmaid, but I understand you're in a time in your life when you have a lot going on. And I really appreciated that. So I think she didn't make me feel like I had to say yes. And I told her, thank you. And that I would be at the wedding. I've already sent a gift. I don't know. I just feel like the older we're getting, it's different. I don't know. I look back like when I was 25 and all these people were getting married, and it's like, oh my God, you had to give them a gift and you had to do this and that. And it's just, I don't know. I also think the times are changing. Things are not as traditional as they used to be either.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And I think it's one of those things where as you get older, you better understand that just because you get invited to something doesn't mean that you have to go. And as the person inviting, you also have to understand that just because you invited somebody doesn't mean that they're going to show up no matter how close you are to them. People have shit going on in their lives, and they're not always going to be able to be there for you, and you're not always going to be able to be there for them, and that's okay, and it doesn't define your friendship in any capacity.
Yes, I agree.
It does suck though if you like had somebody. I mean, hopefully you're like close friend, but it does suck when people don't get to come. But
yeah, for sure. But I mean, it can't ruin your day. You can't let something like that, ruin your day or what have you.
Right. Exactly.
Regardless of whether it's a wedding or whatever. I'm talking about even just like a birthday dinner or whatever.
We have bigger fish to fry now these days. So, all right. So sometimes though we're single, and sometimes we're not single. Like Jessica is not single anymore. She's married. I am single. Sarah is not married, but she's not single.
Correct.
And so I kind of want to talk about like the differences in being married versus being not married but not single, and versus being single, because everybody's been single. Everybody's been dating somebody, and only one person's been married. So we're going to get a lot of information from you because we don't have any idea.
I'm not the expert.
But like, don't y'all feel like sometimes like single people get the shaft?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember, going on trips and doing things when you're single. People just assume, they'll sleep on the pull-out couch.
Yeah,
they'll
no
sleep
big deal.
on the
She'll be
blow-up
okay with
mattress.
She doesn't have somebody, she doesn't need a bed. She'll be okay. And I'm like, for reals? No.
And I also think it depends on who the couple is, too. Like if you're going on a road trip, like, surely to God they would at least invite the single person to ride with them. But maybe not.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, who knows? Like, I don't know. I feel like, nobody's ever going to say to the couple or any of the couples that are going, hey, do you mind just like sleeping on the blow up mattress? Because, you're not married yet.
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like,
nobody's
ever going to say that. Yeah, like, no.
I don't know. I've just learned my lesson, I guess, as far as that goes. And I'm either the one planning and booking, and so I know I'm going to get a room that I want, or I know I'm adjacent to the person
which is kind of
planning and
too.
Booking. Huh?
Which is kind of messed up too.
I don't give a shit. Book it your fucking self then. That's all I'm saying.
I just won't go next time.
Oh, no. Hush. But
I always try to make sure if we're getting a house, there's a bedroom and a bed for every person. And that if somebody has to sleep on a twin bunk bed, they're not having to like pay as much as the people that get a king size bed.
Well,
like,
I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. I mean,
do.
I've done, and these have mostly been girls trips, not like couples trips or group trips, or I mean, group trips as in all girls or whatever. But I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that specifically. But I've also been in the group that's been in shared room situations before. Like the last time that we went on a beach trip with kind of like the quote unquote apartment crew and those, immediately adjacent from that. I was in a room with 3 other people, and granted they were 2 queen beds and it wasn't like a bunk situation, but I mean, I've been there and I didn't pay any less, and I didn't expect to pay any less because I was sharing a room with somebody. But after that trip, that prompted me to be much more aware of where I'm going to be sleeping if a trip is being planned, where I'm willing to sleep, and also putting my foot down and just saying, I'm not going to sleep there. Like you said, I'm not going to sleep in a bunk room.
Well, and that's the thing. So, but then people like get all pissy when you try to put your foot down. Like, so, there have been situations. I used to be much like, oh, whatever. I don't want to say anything to piss anybody off. Now I will try, and I still don't want to piss anybody off because I know how people get. Sometimes, Sarah, you get like this too. We all get like this, where somebody's like, well, you've done all this work and you've picked out a house, and then somebody's like, well, that means that somebody's going to have to sleep on a bunk bed. So can we look for like I did this with our lake place. I was like, we need to find a different place because like there's not enough places for people to sleep that's going to be comfortable. And I have gotten to the point where I'm starting to try to put my foot down, but then people get ticked off and they're like, why is she being so difficult? And I'm like, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just trying to let you know that just because you're married and you have a boyfriend or whatever doesn't mean, and because you planned it doesn't mean that you get to put everybody else in a room that sucks.
Well, and I understand what you're saying. I guess this is where I'm coming from, I guess, with it, is that I may have picked a place, but and you can have every comment in the world that you want to until it's been booked. But if you've committed to it and you're going, whatever, then don't change anything, don't add anybody, don't do anything like that because you've already committed. If it's
different.
If it's a not yet booked thing, absolutely, you can give whatever feedback you want and say, I'm not comfortable with this, I would rather do this, whatever. That's totally fair. But if you've committed and then somebody in that group decides to make alterations to things, no, I ain't fucking with that. It's not happening.
Well, no, if you're going to have a big enough group, everybody should have a say. Or at least say, sure, yes, I agree.
Right. And I also think that it sucks sometimes because, I don't like doing it. And I also know that, look, trying to find an Airbnb or a place to stay that you can get everybody in and it's going to be all comfortable, it's hard to find. And it's hard to like research that stuff. And I know how it is. So when somebody comes back and it's like, well, I don't want to sleep on this, and you've planned in your head all the couples are going to sleep in these rooms with the king size bed, and everybody else is going to sleep here, here, and here. And Christina, and we're going to make Christina sleep on the pull-out couch just because she's so tiny, and she won't have a problem with it, which she probably wouldn't have a problem with it. But like, she shouldn't have to. You know what I mean? She can sleep with me. Listen, Christina slept in the bed with me at Rose and DJ's house on New Year's Eve, and she just like was like the tiniest little like angel over there. She didn't move at all. Either that or I was just passed out real hard. But she did wake me up. I was like, she woke me up, and I ended up vomiting that morning.
Listen, I don't want to sleep in a room full of people because I snore like a man.
Well, nobody wants to sleep in a room full of people, and I don't want to sleep in the room with you.
I stay at your house on the semi-regular.
I know. Emily. I have to put in earplugs and play brown noise.
You play brown noise every night anyway.
I know, but that's
don't
because
act like that's an extra.
Rosie and Cricket snore too. No, but I do put in earplugs when you start snoring. Oh Lord!
The other day on my lunch, Brandon was at home and I just did not feel good, and we just laid down on top of the covers and laid down and. I mean, I was like, we never sleep like this, but I just had my head on his chest or whatever, and we lay down for like an hour, and I had an alarm that went off because I had a meeting, after my lunch was over or whatever, and I woke up, and he was like, girl, you were sleeping. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you were snoring in my face, and I didn't even feel like I was all the way asleep or anything, but I was just like snoring.
I do that all the time. Dale's like, I'll be like, why are you not rubbing my back anymore? He's like, bitch, you've been asleep for 30 minutes. What do you mean? I'm like, no, I haven't. Okay, in reality, I guess I have.
Oh, my God. My dad will...
I'll wake myself up snoring all the time.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, I've only done that like a couple times, and it's only like when I'm like, I think I've been drinking or something, and I'm in a weird position, and it'll be like a...
I do that. Yes.
Because I don't snore, though. And I'm like, do I have sleep apnea? I'm like,
you know why me and Jessica sleep so good in the bed together? Because we both snore.
Yep.
And we sleep butt to butt.
It's like,
yes.
That's funny. Yeah, so I thought you and Lisa slept in the bed together. You liked sleeping with Lisa because she doesn't move at all.
Yeah, but the whole time that we were in San Diego, and Lisa, this is the first time you might be hearing this, so, I mean, it's not apologies to you, apologies to me, because I was so damn self-conscious that she was going to be bitching at me for snoring that I barely slept while we were out there.
I know, I remember you saying that. You were like, I didn't sleep much because I was scared I was going to snore.
I also like to flip-flop in the bed and whatever, and, like, I turn side to side a lot at night or whatever. especially when I'm falling asleep. But yeah, I did not sleep real good because I was so self-conscious about my snoring.
I used to sleep in one position. My dad would be like, "You're the best like sleeper," because I would sleep in one position on my back and I wouldn't move. I toss and turn now constantly.
Same.
I don't know what happened.
Huh.
I
Probably
wake
'cause
up
I'm
and
not
I
sleeping
pull
good.
I pull all the cover. I pull the cover. I toss and turn.
Mm-hmm. I don't pull the covers. My covers
I
pretty
do.
much stay in the same spot. And you know what really ticks me off? If somebody else gets in the bed and I wake up the next morning, the covers are all over the place, or they steal
you
my
would
covers.
not
I'm be
wanna
like,
sleep with
oh hell no!
I don't do that.
You don't do that, no.
No.
But there are people that do that, and I'm like, why are my covers all over there?
Jolene messes up the covers at our house. I woke up the other morning. I was so pissed. I woke up. I had we have a king size bed. So, I mean, I say I have a king size bed, but Brandon was staying with me that night. And I had about 2 feet of space and no covers. And my dog was cuddled up so close next to me. And I was like, bitch, if you're cold, get under the covers. And then he had all the covers. I was so mad when I woke up. So mad. She punched me in the face this morning.
If you hadn't woken up, you wouldn't have known.
No, I wouldn't have, but I woke up.
Mm-hmm. Well, so back to the single people versus married people. What y'all got? What you got for the married peeps? And the so
I don't know. I think I'm struggling as far as input goes with this one because I've never been a single person that's traveling with couples on a trip, I guess. I mean,
really?
Kind of, not really. My friend Kate that I was talking about that I went to Cortland with, she moved out to Colorado after school and she got married a handful of years ago in Colorado. And I went out there and met our other friend Kate. There were 2 Kates, 2 Sarahs. That was our friend group. Then we had an Abby and a Kat too. But I was going to meet the other Kate and she was dating the same guy that she's dating now at the time. And so I was staying in a hotel room with them. Granted, he slept somewhere else and I slept in bed with her. But that was really kind of I don't really remember being single and going on couples trips. I mean, you and I were single for Jessica.
I was single forever. Jesus.
Well, but we never really had boyfriends at the same time.
No.
And one didn't really travel with the other. I don't know. I mean, I've just never been in that spot to have to travel with couples, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what about going when you were single versus with your friends that have husbands or boyfriends or whatever that maybe would be going to dinner and they would invite their other couple friend because they need to have somebody.
I will fifth wheel it all day. I don't give a shit.
Me too. I will too. And I would rather fifth wheel than have.
There's
honestly
literally no pressure.
Yes, and
I did that all the time with.
But people don't invite the single person. Y'all will because we've known each other for forever. But it's people, they'll be like, oh, we're gonna go on this dinner and they invite all their couple friends because they're trying to get the dude. They want to bring their husband. They want their husband to be able to hang out with somebody.
Right.
Is how I feel. Because I mean that's how I would feel if I was doing it.
Except I always Dale's the only guy. Or he used to be. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
He would tag along with all the girls.
Brandon's the only guy sometimes too.
Yeah, Thank you, babe, for being so sweet and loving my friends. Maybe not loving, tolerating them. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God!
Yes.
I wonder what he says about us when he gets home after hanging out with us all day.
He does love y'all. I promise.
We love him too.
Absolutely.
But I personally feel like I do a good job of including everybody.
Yes.
When we do stuff, I send out group messages.
You ain't got a choice.
No, but I'm just saying, some people, we were talking about how people isolate. I feel like I have done a really good job of not doing that.
Yeah.
I'll send out messages and be like, me and Dale are going to do this. If anybody wants to tag along, and I know you come a lot. Lisa would come a lot. Christina. I mean, nobody, really cared if they didn't have a significant other to bring with them. It doesn't really matter.
I have just been in situations where it's been like that and it's been kind of awkward or I feel like it's not awkward for me. I feel like the other people feel like they think that feel awkward or they're awkward because I don't have somebody. I don't know what it is. It's really weird because I'm I'm fine being there by myself. I've always been that way, but
that's so bizarre to me because...
Or they'll be like, would you like a date? You want us to invite somebody?
Putting that on you, projecting that on you because...
Right.
You and I have a very similar personality type. We can talk to the wall. It does not matter who is there. It doesn't matter if we have a designated human to speak to. We're going to figure it out.
Right.
So it has never bothered me.
It's an interesting thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like that too. So, but how is it like, so is it different being married? Tell us how it is.
I don't really feel like it's that much different. I mean, me and Dale moved in together after we got engaged. And, I mean, it really didn't change. I mean, it's just like we have rings on our fingers now on a piece of paper. You know? I mean, honestly, I don't feel like it's different. I mean, I do like the fact that it's like, you know, you have somebody to always count on and, you know, a travel partner because, you know, I love to travel. Right. So we always take trips. We just actually planned a trip today. We're going to Charleston in June.
Oh, nice. Y'all got a lot of trips coming up.
No.
Well, going to try to have fun before we, you know, have the babies. If that's going to happen, we'll see. God willing. But, I don't know. I don't really feel like it's different. I feel like you could ask Dale and he would say the same thing. But I feel like for some people it probably is. But like our personalities and just how our relationship was before we got married, it's really not different.
Yeah, an outside perspective, you know, just looking at y'all, nothing has changed as far as, you know, your behavior or participation in anything.
No.
I'm just going to say right now, when you and Dale have a baby, it is going to be weird AF. Like, and if you have a baby, like, I feel like if any of us, because I feel like I've known you since you're like 17, and it's like, and I know you've known her earlier than that, and I just feel like you having a little kid running around, like, it's weird. Can you imagine me having a kid running around? Like, no.
It is going to be weird.
Can you imagine
and
Sarah?
God,
like, what if we all had like 2 kids like running around upstairs? Like, that'd be weird. Yeah. I mean, it's just weird to me, and because I don't really have that many friends that have kids, and I have, like, my brothers have kids.
I mean, none of us really do. I mean,
yeah, I know.
Even like my friends from high school, both OG Kate or Colorado Kate, I guess if you will, and our friend Sarah. Sarah had a kid a long time ago, and you know before she got married. But they're the, you know, only ones out of like my tight knit friend group from high school that have kids.
You know, I kind of feel, it makes me feel a little very kind of lucky that that none of my friends like jumped
that
in.
You're
like,
not the only one.
I feel like
that you're like not the only one that doesn't have kids.
Well, it's not that I'm not the only one. It's just that none of my friends had kids, because I would feel so, because it's going to be a lot different because I'm single and don't have kids.
Right.
And if you're single and don't have kids and then everybody else has kids, they're going to be doing other stuff with their kids, and you're going to be like, I feel single
like
and I don't have anybody.
Our dynamic is very different than the norm for people in their mid-30s. Like, our friends are kind of just now starting to get married, and within this friend group anyways, and have kids.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, look at all of the people that, you know, we are mutual friends with that have all had babies like in the last year. I mean, it's pretty much like a lot of people, and it's first kids in their mid-30s, which is rare, which I'm glad that we're breaking the mold on that. And that's, you know, the traditional of having children when you're 24 and 25 years old is out the window.
I don't know how people afforded to have a kid when they were 22.
They didn't.
They did. Yeah. It's like,
they just try to make it work.
Yeah. No. That's wild.
Yeah. You're probably asking the wrong person, because I don't feel like my dynamic has changed much. But I have seen a lot of people, and I've known a lot of people personally who have completely changed once they got married. Not hang out with their friends anymore, completely rely on that person. I don't ever think you should only solely rely on your significant other. And that's
absolutely not. And,
yeah.
And I also think it's one of those things where, like, you have to still give to your friends what you expect to receive. And just because as a person who is getting married or is pregnant or, you know, has just had a baby, anything like that, you cannot just expect people to check on you because you have things going on in your life. Like, just because, you know, your friend is single and they're not dating anybody and they don't have this like major event coming up in their life, just because that's happening doesn't mean that you shouldn't check in on them.
Okay, I'm laughing at this because
what
about things you do in a relationship and you said, what the fuck?
talk about that?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're back. All right. It's still recording. So
Okay. So I just want y'all to laugh at this. Emily was talking about, things that you do in a relationship that maybe you didn't do when you were single. And one of the things that she said was riding a tandem bike and tandem kayaking. What the fuck?
Okay,
Have you
really,
ever
okay.
tandem biked with somebody?
No, but I would really like to. It would be fun. Do you want to? Will you do it? Let's go to the beach and do it.
I don't think you do it at the beach. Go to California and do it.
But really, kayaking, you can't. I mean, you can, but like it's not really safe to go kayaking alone. And I love to kayak, and unless I have a friend that will go with me,
I will ride in my own separate kayak.
Right,
a separate kayak. I know, but I put it on the second thing. But like literally, it's not. I mean, it's not safe to go.
And then Emily says, things that you do when you're in a relationship, having children. I mean, you can do this when you're single, sort of, but not as easy.
It's not.
Well, also,
you have to have sperm and an egg.
Also, a thing that you do when you're in a relationship, per Emily, have a designated driver that is going to your house. There's no such thing as Uber or Lyft. You need to.
Yeah, well, you have to pay like $50 for an Uber or Lyft.
Excuse me, Dale is my designated driver half the time.
Oh,
I mean,
Brandon's
like
mine for
that's
sure,
like a
and
big
I love
one,
him for that.
and it's like not somebody that you have to be like, do you mind taking me home on your way?
Right.
Like I'm always like that. I'm like, can somebody take me home on your way home? Or like Sarah goes and she's like, I'm leaving early, and I'm like, can somebody else take me home, please?
Yeah, but people don't
I know
mind.
they don't because everybody lives out here, but like still, it's
I'm
like
never picking you up again.
no, that's not what I meant. You crazy? Why you take? She takes everything out of context.
Well, so Emily, so we've talked about things you can do when you're in a relationship. Going on dates, okay, yeah. I mean, obviously we can go on dates. A traveling partner,
A traveling partner is a good one.
That's a good one. I mean, I will say I've always been a traveler, but it's been much easier with Dale because I'm just like, hey, guess what? We're going on a trip in 2 months, and he's like, okay. I mean, Yeah,
and it's easier because you like friends, you have to like plan it, and but like with a husband or a boyfriend or whatever, you have like that person that's gonna definitely go,
and it's fun. I mean,
yeah, and
we always have so much fun on all of our trips.
When you always have somebody that will be there to go with you, and like I've in the past several years thought about doing like a singles cruise.
You should.
I mean, but then I'm like, they would be fun.
What are those trips that like Megan went on? Remember the trips that Megan went on?
Did she go on like a singles thing?
I thought it was like the singles thing when she went to Europe.
I thought she went with somebody.
There's a lot of things that you can find like that.
Yeah, I'm still a little scared to do those. But I don't want to go on a singles cruise that is a singles cruise to find like somebody to like date. But like I feel like a lot of those are that way.
Independent traveler cruise.
You kind of want it just to be like a natural thing, like
right. Like
okay,
yeah.
Well, so the things you can do in a relationship, but let's hear from you. Some things you can do when you're single.
Okay, so you can
do
anything you want, anytime you want. Like I know this is my. I was having a hard time thinking of the things you can do in your relationship, but there's a lot of other things that I think y'all probably can add to this. But I have not been in one in such a long time that I don't really know. I was like, that's why I wrote tandem bikes and kayaks because I couldn't come up with anything.
I feel like going grocery shopping together.
Why do you need somebody to go grocery shopping?
I don't need somebody.
I hate going grocery shopping together.
Running errands.
Do you like to go do things with other people though? You like to run errands. See, I'm not an errand
Melanie
runner
and I
together.
used to go to the store together. We very rarely went by ourselves.
But
I can't do that.
But see, Emily, I'm like you. I will say
it takes too much time.
It's been a big adjustment. You do have to tell, your significant other, hey, I just don't want you to worry. Like, I'm going to run and do, like, all the time.
Yeah, after you get off work.
All the time, I'm like, Dale, I'm going to TJ Maxx to do returns. I'm going to do Amazon returns. He's like, my God, lady, quit ordering stuff.
Yeah, like, I feel weird. It's like weird. It would be like me having to call my mom and
to
tell her
what you're doing,
what I'm doing every time I leave the house.
But
which is not often.
When you find the right person, because, I was single for a very long time, very independent. So I feel like I really knew Dale was the one when I was like, I don't mind changing some of my ways.
Well, and see, that's the thing. It's like, you won't feel like if you don't feel like you're changing your ways, you don't really feel like you're changing. It's not like you're struggling to do it, but like.
or maintain your identity and at least part of the things that you like to do, your habits, that sort of thing. If you're rearranging your whole entire life because this new person came in, they are not the one for you.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
I mean,
you are rearranging.
It depends on what they're rearranging. I mean, maybe your life's in shambles and you need to rearrange it some. Like, I don't know.
I just mean if you are feeling negative about the things that you were having to change or no longer do or whatever, if it's a negative experience for you, then they are not the one.
Well, and like another thing is like if somebody is like, you need to tell me where you're going every 5 seconds.
That's
like
controlling. That is not okay.
Like
that is a red flag.
Yeah, that's not good. Like I honestly would probably have a hard time being like telling people, oh, this is where I'm going to do. Like I'm going to do this or whatever. Like it's hard for me to tell y'all what I'm doing. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
well, and I think if you find somebody like Dale never. Like, I mean, the only time because he worries about, I mean, not worries about me, but he just wants to make sure that if I'm going somewhere, I'm getting there safely. You know, I mean, that's the only difference. He could care less. Like, I'll tell him, hey, I'm going out to run errands. I'll come home 5 hours later. He will not care, you know.
Yeah.
But if you've got somebody that wants to know your every little move, that is a red flag. That's
an unhealthy relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, but basically, when you're single, you can do anything you want, whenever you want.
Yeah.
For instance, you can take a nap in the middle of the day on Saturday, even though, if you had a boyfriend or something, they'd probably be like, you want to go do this? You want to go do this? And I'd be like, oh, shut up. No. You can watch whatever TV show you want. I mean, you can have multiple TVs in the house. And so you could go to different rooms, but nobody wants to like sit in different rooms when you got a boyfriend or a husband. Like you're going to sit up there with your husband and watch whatever.
You can still watch what you want. Dale puts his AirPods in and watches stuff on his phone and sits right next to me. Oh, I know. You sent me
Snapchat to that.
He's so sweet.
That's because he loves you.
Yeah.
That or else, I mean, you'll find shows to watch together. Yeah. Your relationship
but he wouldn't
is coming to an end when you watch TV in separate rooms every night.
Oh, is that a fact,
Well, but the
Sarah?
thing is, listen, he's watching the TV on his phone.
Yes.
But if he wasn't with you, he could watch it on his TV by himself and whatever he wanted. You know what I'm saying? But then he wouldn't have you. So like,
yeah.
But so you can move for a job. Like, okay, so that's a big one for me. Like, you can really just up and move. Like, if you are in a relationship, you're not going to be like, oh, you're not really going to consider any jobs that are somewhere else.
Yeah,
I mean, you might.
Down. I mean,
you might, but you're not going to like, unless that, especially if you're married, you're going to be like, hey, what? Are we gonna live together? Like, do I need to move here first? Like, like this job's good. And if you take a new job, you have to ask your partner, is this gonna be good for us, not for me? Like, it's not about you anymore. It's about you and that other person.
Right. And I mean, honestly, I know people who live in different cities. I've known people. I just don't feel like it's super healthy for a marriage for you not to be living in the same place. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've never done it. I know people who have done that.
Yeah.
But I've never done it, and I've never been married, so I can't speak to that. I don't know. Honestly, I'd probably be happy with it because I like to be by myself.
Well, no, because if it was the person you really wanted to be with, you would want to spend time with them. You would not want to be apart from them.
I think that's fair to a point, I guess, because I do think that, as you said earlier, Jessica, things are not so traditional anymore like they used to be. So there are, I mean, you have to look at it also as like people that are in like polyamorous relationships. That's not traditional.
Whoa, that's a subject change.
Well, I'm not changing the subject. I'm just saying it's a non-traditional type situation.
Right.
And that could also mean you don't cohabitate together. You may have your own individual places and still be married and choose to, spend time together, at specific times or what have you. It doesn't mean that it's a bad relationship because you're not, up each other's butts and together all the time.
Yeah, but don't you typically live in the same area?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, I would say unless there's like a school situation or like somebody did get a new job and, they are moving ahead of the other person, but the intention is for them to follow along. Sure, absolutely. But just choosing to be in a relationship and married and live long distance is not typical.
No.
And typically won't work in the long run. Anyways.
In the long run, yes.
Well, what else? Oh, you can eat whatever you want for dinner.
So we'll do a little bit of a subject change here. And we are going to talk about plus size clothing versus regular size, straight sizes, I guess, if you will. Plus size clothing is never as cute as straight size clothing.
But why?
I guess they ask the fashionistas.
I don't know. I went shopping yesterday. I went to Belk, and Belk at the Summit especially has really cute contemporary clothes. And I was seeing all this stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is adorable. Oh, this is so cute. And then I look at it, and here's another thing that blows my mind. Like, boutique clothes and contemporary clothes only goes from an extra small to a large. They don't even have an extra large.
They don't. They never do.
So then you go into the plus size, same brand of stuff, and it just looks completely different.
It does look different, and it's like, first of all, it's more expensive.
Well, and it looks like and it looks like old women would wear it.
Yeah, and I do have a complaint with like, so like, you know, juniors clothes and stuff like that, and like those clothes are so cute.
Yes.
But then when you start getting older, it's not like cute clothes anymore. Even in the plus size or the regular size, it's like, what are they doing? Like, who do they think is buying this stuff? Like, I don't know, but I don't know where.
It's like they think that everybody who is plus size is just frumpy dumpy
and doesn't care about themselves and what they look like.
Middle-aged women.
And we want to wear like floral print off the shoulder shirts. I feel
I like off the shoulder shirts though, but
I don't know. I feel like are those ones that are like this and they're like scrunchy at the top, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I feel like those are all
they're just not cute. Not cute colors. And they also, and here's my complaint, which neither one of y'all have this issue, but I don't have large breasts. And they think every plus size person has huge boobs.
I don't believe that because I have huge boobs and the plus size stuff does not fit me as well.
I will concur.
Well, okay, but y'all are abnormally big up top.
That's true.
But let's like look at like swimsuits. Like if you go to Torrid, and at Torrid, I'm typically a 0, sometimes a 1, 1X, 0X, 1X. I'm typically a 14, you know, in jeans or whatever. So when I go to Torrid and I look at their bathing suits and I see a 0, and then I look at the top and it's like this wire bra that literally both of my tits wouldn't even fit in one side. What is the problem?
But that bra that you've got, okay, that top would never fit me. I have to have, because my band size is like a 34. But my cup size is like an H.
Yeah.
So I'm smaller around the waist, but then like the cups is like huge. And so they make it, and people, they say, oh, we'll just get a bigger band. If you get a bigger band, like the cup is like, it's like the band goes to here, and it's like, my boob is all hanging out the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish that.
And I feel like it's a little bit unfair sometimes. Like when you can order your specific cup size in a bathing suit top, cool, no problem. Mm-hmm. But like, also, when you have to buy matching sets, like, my ass is bigger than my titties most of the time. And I buy smaller top sizes because my band size, same issue that you have. But, like, when you have to buy those things together, it's a pain in the ass. Why don't more companies sell sets where you can separately size the top and the bottom?
Right. And I don't like the underwire stuff, like that kind of stuff. If it's at a place like Target or like Torrid, that's why I don't really like Torrid very much. None of their stuff has like really been. I just haven't really gotten into it.
I get like all of my clothes from there.
I know, and they're so cute, but like I just feel like I haven't really gotten into. I don't know why.
So Torrid, if you would like to sponsor us, we'll accept.
And maybe I'll try it and see how I like it. And so she loves it, but like, you know, that would be good because I could say that I wasn't a huge fan, and
but
now
think about it. Torrid is one of the only plus-size stores that there is, and that's really sad.
But, I mean, and then you have, like, Lane Bryant, who is working very hard, I feel like, here lately, to come out with some more fashionable things instead of just your, like, business casual type wear, if you will, or, like, quote-unquote mom clothes. Like, I think folks, and Old Navy's doing a really good job of that. You know, they even got rid of quote unquote plus size section where everything is listed, you know, if a shirt, whatever, comes in all the sizes, they list it. You can look at different size models like small, large, and, you know, plus size, that sort of thing. So, like, they're really making an effort to.
Well, like, okay, so you can get like a 14 in regular sizing and a 14 in plus size.
They're very
and it's different. It's completely,
Absolutely.
and I don't understand it. And it's like weird.
Because it's like a 14 wide is the plus size.
But like it doesn't fit right. It's weird. But then I don't understand.
I don't know. And sizing is not consistent.
It's not.
I am a firm believer that the size of your clothes literally means nothing.
Yes.
I don't care if I have to go to Shein and buy a 4X. It does not mean that I'm 4 times wide. It just means that is the size that fits me appropriately.
But let's talk about Shein real quick, because I do think that their sizing is fairly consistent.
It is. I like the fact that when you choose a size in their app, on their site, whatever, it gives you measurements for that piece of clothing specifically. So there are times where I have to order something different.
So do you call it? How do you say that, show?
I say Shein.
Shein or Sheen?
Shine.
I say Shein.
See, that's not. Can somebody just tell us what is the appropriate pronunciation?
Also, I have an order waiting at home for me when I get home tonight, so I'm very excited.
Hell yeah.
I have not jumped into the Shein
you
stuff.
You can't help but order 20 pieces at the same time because it's all cheap.
And it's free returns.
Yeah, and it's good quality.
I don't know if I would say good quality. I mean,
it's not great
for the
quality,
price,
but like
for trendy.
Yeah.
You know, for the trendy
fast
things.
Fashion, which is also killing the world. It's wonderful.
Yeah, we're all killing the world. Like, y'all need to stop with this. Look, buy some black pants and a black shirt like me.
No,
and
Emily.
wear them, recycle it, and wear it every day.
That's not
Emily.
who Jessica and I are. And
No,
I used to act
know.
like Jessica was the biggest label whore that ever existed, and she does like
she is
some
not
fancy
a label
things.
whore. She just she goes to TJ Maxx and to Ross, and she gets that
she will
discount.
find a label at those stores. But Jessica and I are literally the same. We like to shop. I like to not be in the store. She'll go in the store, and that's okay. But we both like to shop, and we both like to either donate or sell our clothes when we're done.
Yes. Shout out, if anybody's listening, I've got some items listed on Facebook Marketplace. Please go.
Did anybody buy those earrings yet?
No, but somebody bought the purse, and then somebody bought the OTBT wedges that I was selling. I have some really pretty...
some OTBT wedges that I can get rid of.
I have some pretty
I'm not gonna get rid of them.
Kendra Scott earrings, folks. Check it out. Facebook Marketplace.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, also, like, so bras and panties. So the bigger the boobs, the uglier the bra.
I wouldn't know about this, so I'm going to step out of this conversation.
But it's the truth. Like, have you ever... Look, let me go into my bra drawer and just show you. I threw away some ugly ones, though, recently. They are so ugly. And, you know, you see these little teeny tiny girls, and, like, all my little friends are, like, teeny tiny. They get these cute little bras from Victoria's Secret, and they can, like... And they're cheaper. They can buy them at Target and like get the cheap $15 bra and then throw it away tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have to buy a $98 bra.
I've never spent that much money on a bra.
Seriously?
No.
I can't.
I get my bras,
if I don't,
get the
my
majority
boobs would
of my
be like
bras
they would suck
from Torrid. But I also have gotten
They don't have
particular
my
about.
size.
I've gotten particular about my bras. For the most part, I won't wear anything that even has like minimal lining in it, or just like a firm cup, you know, but not like a push up or anything.
Right.
I like an unlined bra.
Okay.
My boobs are too big. I don't need any extra.
I went to that. I did the whole unlined bra thing, like, for a while, and then I got over that because my nipples were showing a lot, and because they get hard.
I think that is so sexy.
They're not hard right now.
She said
they will be in a minute.
My nipples are hard
She
now.
sure did.
But I do. So when I'm at home, like right now, I'm wearing a Skims bra, and I love it.
Oh, there she goes. Shout out for Skims.
Bra. Look at that. Look how smooth it is. I love it. But okay, so
is it a real bra or is it like a
it's
sport?
like it's
kind of
there's
like
no underwire.
Yeah, there's no underwire. This isn't fits everybody. Scoop
see, I would
bra.
like that.
I love this.
Would.
Oh, like
yeah.
I got the
See,
I love a bralette.
I don't know. I need to like try it or something because I am thoroughly convinced. I have some no underwire bras that does that snap in the back?
Nope.
Hook in the back. Okay, so I have one that hooks in the back.
The ones that hook in the back don't work for me.
Well, here's my problem. I feel like number one, I have a uniboob, but I also still get muffin top on my boobs, and it's very annoying. Like, I have a 40F bra in this no underwire torrid, snaps in the back bra or whatever, and my boobs are still misplaced and falling out the top of it, and I can't figure it out.
Well, Sarah, if you'd like to donate that, if you'd like to donate some of that.
Secret. Did I tell y'all this? When I was in high school, I learned how to size boobies, and then we would tell people anybody that was higher than whatever they now. I know that they're changing, but anybody that was higher than like the D or double D, I guess, because we would have to tell them to go to Lane Bryant. They would be like these skinny people, and they come in there and be like, we'd size them. They'd be like, I'm sorry, we don't carry your size. You need to go to Lane Bryant because they're like the same brand, and people would be like sad because they were not like plus size. And we were telling them to go to Lane Bryant to get a different bra, like get a bigger bra. And I was like, I'm sorry that we're telling, but that's what they told us to tell them.
All right. Well, we'll report back then when Emily sizes me. And maybe I'm not a 40F. Maybe I'm something else.
Yeah, you're probably not. And that's why I can't buy. I got sized by the Double Divas. You remember them? They had a TV show. So I got sized by them, and they came to Auburn.
One of them is on 90 Day Fiancé now.
Yes.
Are they? Okay. Wait, is that same lady?
Yes.
The one from Georgia?
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
She's been on there twice.
She's been on there twice. She has not been on an episode like the last 2 seasons, but yes. Her most recent boyfriend lives in New York, so she's found love in the U.S. Congratulations.
Yeah, what's her name?
I can't remember what her name is.
She has black hair.
Yeah, really dark hair.
I don't know.
Giant titties.
Oh yeah, she does.
They're the size of my head.
And she sized my boobs, and she was all in there touching them. And look, she and I thought that. So listen, I never had a good bra like that fit right. I'd always have like something going on because I was buying like the wrong size, and I was buying them from like Victoria's Secret, trying to get the double D, triple D. But I was like, when I did it, I was like a 32 double F, I think is what. Now I'm not anymore. I'm like a 34H. I got a little bit bigger, guys. But they sized me, and after that, my life changed. Like my life,
Emily, you need to change my life.
Okay. We'll change your life.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we'll do it. I mean, it's what's up. And she told me, she said, what size bra do you wear right now? They didn't even measure me. She came in there, looked at me. She said, what size bra is that? And I told her, and she was like, be right back. And she brought me a bunch, and I put them on, and it was like perfect. And I was like, dang, girl, you are good at this.
Well, there used to be that store at the Summit, the Fitting Touch.
Yeah, but they
Remember
didn't.
that?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that place.
Yeah, they sized one of my old coworkers. It's the funniest story ever.
Sue.
Yes.
I remember this. Shout out to Sue.
She was a middle-aged woman, and they sized her, and they were not very nice to her. No. They pretty much told her she needed a breast augmentation in her 50s if she wanted to find a bra that fit correctly.
See, that's
very inappropriate. But anyways, they're not open anymore, and it's probably because they were assholes. Anyway.
That's hilarious. Yeah, but I don't know. We need more plus size clothing.
Yes, we
Absolutely.
do.
And if they have them, you can get them online and stuff.
Well, H&M has started carrying some in stores, and they're okay. Forever 21 does too, but it's all this trendy stuff, and I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm plus size. I'm not going to wear a crop top. That's just my comfort level. I'm not going to do it.
I will. I don't care.
I just don't look good in it. I don't look good in it.
Yeah.
And that's what, I'm proud that there's trendy things like that, but also give us like the cutesy contemporary stuff that covers me still.
Right, but not a tint. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the stuff they make these plus size things, it's like a tent, and you're like, why are you trying to cover me up?
Fashionable basics that are interchangeable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe somebody will one day. We'll see.
Maybe.
I mean, there are places you can order online. And I know that a bunch of celebrities have made. I think not Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, Melissa. I was thinking Jenny in my head. Melissa McCarthy. I think she did one. I don't know. I think it might be more expensive.
And some boutiques have started carrying plus size, and it's cute. It's cute stuff, but it's trendy.
Yeah, none of the places at the mall, the Summit up there. No, those places I have not been able.
I don't shop in the store anyway, so anything that's online is right up my alley.
But I am very in between, so I'm not plus size, but I'm not like, I am getting there because I've been eating way too much lately.
I'm full spectrum plus size.
So yeah, it's hard. Like
I'm
I
in
feel
between.
like,
I'm
it's
like
hard for me because I'm like going back and forth, and I'm like, and then I get the size. I'm like, okay, I need a 14, but I'm over here. The 14 over here doesn't fit the way this 14 over here fits.
Right.
Which one do I need?
No
I feel like there's consistent stores that I shop at. Shein, Walmart has gotten some better clothes. Lane Bryant, Torrid, and Target and Old Navy. Those are, so if you're out there and you're plus size and you're listening, those are your go-to stores.
Target has good plus size?
Hell yeah. I used to get my swimsuits from there all the time. This year, also, if you would like to sponsor us, I will even put pictures of myself out there. I don't give a shit. Cup She came through.
Cup She. I don't know if they want you to say, I don't give a, you know what.
Well, I mean, I'll alter my verbiage if they sponsor us, for sure. I'll say whatever they want. I don't care.
Okay. All right, guys.
What's everybody watching on the TV when they get home?
Well, what you watching, Jessica?
In the Dark. I'm obsessed.
Me too. I love it. So good.
Literally, it's my gym motivation. Speaking of plus size, I am back on a workout kick and trying to get healthy again.
And she's lost 10 pounds.
Yes,
I'm so jealous.
Down a size. I'm trying. But I'm telling you, In the Dark on Netflix keeps me going at the gym.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. Great recommendation.
I thought you hadn't seen it yet.
Yes. Okay, listen. What you spoiled was a point that I hadn't got to yet.
Are you done with it yet?
No, I'm not done.
You still
I'm
haven't
on
watched it?
episode 1 of season 4. She's not that far either, so don't say what you said before because you will spill the damn beans.
I already spilled it accidentally to Sarah, so... But I thought she had already watched it. I was like, oh my God, this happened. And she's like, shut up. I'm like, and she got so mad at me.
I was done with like season 3, I guess, at the time when we had that conversation. And then she spilled the beans on this thing that happens. And I had PTSD, and I went right back to when my mom spoiled Game of Thrones for me. She didn't even watch Game of Thrones, and she got, like, an e-news notification about it, and she was like, oh, my God, I didn't know that this and this happened. I was like, what are you talking about?
Listen,
I don't even know yet.
When I'm watching a TV show, like I've been watching Handmaid's Tale, I will pause it and be like, what happens to so-and-so before I watch it. I can't stand.
The worst.
I know, it's the worst. Okay, I don't know why I'm like that. I need to know what's happening.
I put a snap out there the other day of Brandon watching the season finale of 5 of Game of Thrones.
Was he crying?
No.
You were like, crying. Look at this guy. I was confused what was happening.
He was just like jaw dropped, whatever, what had happened. And my best friend from New York, he sent me a reply and he was like, what was it? And I told him, and he was like, oh, pussy. I was like, because I told him, he was like, did you tell him what happened? I was like, yeah, I did, because I asked him if Brandon was going to Google it, and he said, yeah, and I said, fine, then blah, 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 whatever. And Dave was like, I hate people that Google.
Same.
And so even
I Google it.
Something happened.
I don't have enough time. I want to know now.
Something happened last night on Game of Thrones, and I looked at Brandon and I said, are you going to Google it? And he said, no, I promise I won't.
Whatever, Brandon Googled it.
He probably did, but he's not going to tell me
Brandon.
that he did.
I stand with you.
And I'm just like, God, these people that Google. Okay, but I will say this much. I guess I'm kind of like a cheater, punk, eater when it comes to that kind of stuff, but it's reality shows. I will Google outcomes of reality shows
what the hell? It's the same thing.
I disagree. Reality shows are bullshit. It's not like those are like just
that's
like
real people's lives.
Bravo shows?
No.
Okay.
No, like Netflix shows.
See,
like,
I don't even care about that stuff. I don't care about what happens at the end.
Those are my favorite shows.
I mean, I do like when.
Are you watching Summer House right now?
I started watching Winter House.
Yeah.
I watched it. It's an old one on Bravo.
Are you watching Vanderpump Rules? I watched it last night.
No, honey, I've been watching. Listen, I've been watching. Handmaid's Tale. I'm almost done with it.
Game of Thrones,
but I stopped the Game of Thrones and got back on the Handmaid's Tale. I started that show with the girl from what's the girl's name that she gets pregnant and she was a virgin?
Jane the Virgin.
Yeah. What's the actress?
Never watched.
She's
that.
in this new one. It's not dead yet. I started watching that, but like
started it yet.
I think they only released like a couple of the.
Yeah.
So I've only seen like 2 episodes of that, or 3, or however many have come out.
Yeah.
And then what else am I watching?
I'm watching 90 Day Fiance
Always.
the other way.
See,
on Sundays.
Always.
Oh, and then A Million Little Things. If anybody watches
Is that good?
It's a great show. It's this final season. I know Lisa's watching it. We've been talking about
It's
it.
on Hulu, right?
It comes on ABC, but yeah, I think it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's a
I
great
see it
show.
on there, yeah.
Great show.
So we have watched Tell Me Lies,
Yes.
and the first season. I think there's
I
another
haven't watched
season
Based
coming
on
out
a
soon.
book. It's on Hulu. It's
Okay.
based on a book. It is
I
fire.
love it.
It's so good.
I loved it.
Okay.
I did too.
Yeah, I think you'll like
My
it.
sister watched it too.
Yeah. What else were we watching that was like that? There's some other stuff. I don't know.
I can't remember.
So many things. So many shows.
You had me
So many
watching the
shows.
100 for a while.
Oh, I
and then
love the
kinda-
100.
I know,
That's an
and then
old
I kind
one,
of
but
quit for
yeah.
a second, but
That's an,
I feel like I start and stop stuff a lot.
Same.
But unless I like am really enthralled to binge it, like Brandon came home last night and I was watching Broad City, and he was like, "I love this show," and I was like, "I just watch it when I like can't commit to really having to pay attention
because I've already seen all of them. Yeah.
I haven't.
Oh, you
though.
haven't? Oh, okay.
No, but sometimes they like just do too damn much,
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
like,
a lot.
"Fuck you guys! Like this is a little ridiculous."
I turned it on the other day again, and I was like, I don't know why I turned this on, because I've seen it, and I was just like,
I don't know what
It's
that
exhausting.
is.
Broad City.
Mm-mm.
It's like two girls, and they kind of like.
They live in New York City. They're both like they're writers, creators of the show. It's a funny haha. Like you can't take it seriously. They're real stupid. They do some very outlandish stuff, but it's like very hysterical.
What was
Yeah.
the show that had Hilary Duff in it?
Oh, Single?
No.
I mean, younger.
Younger.
That
I
was
love
one
Younger.
of my favorites.
It
I
was-
can't
yeah.
believe they
I know.
Did
are
they
done.
So
No,
I don't think I finished the last.
You need
Sutton,
to finish
yeah, you need
it.
because I love Sutton Foster.
Me too.
A
You need
great
to finish
show.
that, and then also The Bold Type is a
The
good
Bold
one.
Type is good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, so
I finished that.
I need to watch that. I haven't even heard of that.
That
Yeah.
was on the CW. The Bold Type was on the
See,
CW.
she's talking about these channels that I don't
Actually,
even watch
cable.
on TV. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But they're
like
all on
In the
Hulu
Dark
now.
was on CW, and now
Yeah.
it's on
Yeah.
Netflix. All American. That's another good one. If you never
Okay.
watched
yes,
that,
it is, and that's on Netflix.
that's a great show.
Yes,
that was a
it is
CW
wonderful
show.
Have you seen the new That 70s show or that 90s show or whatever
I've
it is?
watched part of it.
I watched the
don't-
first episode.
I didn't.
and
I
I'm
didn't
okay.
like that 70s.
I like
show,
that the
so-
old people were in it, like from the
Yeah.
old. They look exactly the same. I
Hell
swear
yeah,
they don't
Kitty
look like
in
they've
red.
aged at all.
Yeah,
It's wild.
it's been kind of fun to watch just because like we grew up with that 70s show, but
I did love that 70s show.
I liked it too. But it's been interesting. It's not like one that I'm gonna like sit down and like binge,
Right.
but
Well, have y'all watched? There's some movies that have come out. Have you watched the movie on Netflix with Jonah Hill, You People?
yes,
No, I haven't watched that
have.
yet, but I
watched
did
that.
watch his little documentary with his psychiatrist. What was that one called? I forgot.
Oh, I didn't.
I don't
It was
know.
good.
That.
I liked it.
No, I don't remember if we finished it or not. I know, I should know this. I don't think Jerry and I finished it, but I watched it with my sister when I was down there a few weekends ago.
It was funny. And then me and Dale just watched Where the Crawdads Sing.
Oh,
I've
well,
never read the book, but I've heard it's
Was it
great.
good?
I didn't read. You haven't seen the movie?
It's
Mm-mm.
good. It's a
Oh
great
my gosh.
movie.
I watched that movie with Mason and Santana and
Is
Andy
it
one
a
night.
sad
on
crying
Netflix.
movie, like a Nicholas Sparks type of movie?
Hell no, you're not
No.
gonna cry.
Okay,
No, but it's a good movie.
I mean, it'll tug at your heartstrings, but you're not gonna cry. You're gonna be like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah. So the title just sounds like something that you would cry to for something.
Mm-hmm.
Like there would be like a sad ending or something, like, or a sad happy ending. But there. Okay. So
There's some movie on-
Was it last weekend or the weekend before? I don't know when it was that I went to the movies, and it was
Oh,
last
God.
weekend. And it was last Friday. Y'all want to know what I saw? Y'all
The
know
dumbest
what I saw.
movie that is out right now.
What is it called? Cocaine Bear. I went and saw Cocaine Bear at the theater. I haven't been to the theater in probably 10 years. Also the popcorn there, so they like make you do your own popcorn butter. And so they give you the popcorn and they don't layer the butter in there. So then like you only have butter on the top and like the butter's not in the inside. So Pete, of course, he's like, oh, I hate that they don't layer it. So he gets a straw, gets them to give him an extra straw, and he puts the straw down into the popcorn and he pours the butter. I know. I was like, what are you doing? I looked over there and he's like, they won't layer it for me, so I got to do it myself. I was like, oh my God. It was funny. I mean, worked out, I guess. There was also a dude in there with a bulletproof jacket. I was getting my drink and this dude walks up next to me and he had a bulletproof jacket on, and I was like, and I looked at him and I knew he could tell that I was like, what the hell? Why is he wearing a bulletproof jacket? And so I just spoke to him. I was like, are you wearing a bulletproof vest?
Are you an undercover cop?
Bulletproof vest? And he was like, yes, I am. And I was like, why? Are you scared of getting like shot or something? And he's like, no, ma'am. And he's like, no, ma'am, or something like that. And then he was like, no. And he was like, I don't even have the plates in it right now. I was like, well, why are you wearing it? Like, you're freaky. And I was like, I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit freaky because going into the movie theaters, people get, those movie theater shootings and stuff. I was like, is he in here? Like, I don't know. It was weird. And it wasn't a dude. Dude did not.
Was he by himself?
He was not a police officer.
Was he by himself?
What does a police officer look like?
Like one that has a belt and with a
holster
and like all that stuff.
Maybe he was off duty.
I'll tell you what a police officer looks like. They have a douchebag haircut.
Yeah, this dude did not have a douchebag haircut. This dude looks more like he looked like a regular dude.
I've dated some cops.
He did have some like janky teeth. It was like some gold teeth in there, I think. But but he looked like a regular dude.
It's about to be St. Patty's Day, guys. I want the gold. I want the gold.
Oh my God.
Must be a crackhead.
Got a hold of the wrong stuff.
Saw him a leprechaun up in the tree.
Mobile, Alabama. We talking about you.
Oh my God, guys. I'm so glad you got to come out today, Jessica. Thank you so much for being here.
It's been a lot of fun.
Are you going to return?
Yeah. Are you going to come back and do the Enneagram episode with us?
Sure.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us this week. If you want to send us some FMKs or any questions, feedback, comments, concerns, surely you won't have any concerns, but you can send those to thickafpodcast@gmail.com. Give us a like, follow, share on Instagram @thickafpodcast, and we will see you next week.
Bye. I don't know what else to say. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I have to go.
I don't know why it's so good.
Oh my God.